And now that is Hayley's plot to kill Bill and get all of that money. We really are going towards a Kill Bill Volume 3. What is up, everybody? Today was a great episode of Beyond the Gates. Today's October 15th, 2025. A Wednesday episode to boot. But yeah, definitely the best episode of October so far, although that isn't really the hardest thing. But today we finally learned about the real Hayley and the real Randy as well. If you were to go back to my Beyond the Gates videos way back at the beginning this year when the show started, even the first month, I think I was probably complaining about the character of Hayley just not being as layered as some of the other characters. For months, I've been saying Hayley needs a friend. Hayley needs more to do. She's just a character not going anywhere. But props to the show for having a plan all along. Now, do I think the writing still could have been better for Hayley all along? Kinda. But I'm glad she was not just this meek little innocent homewrecker and actually has been a con artist this entire time. I do love to see it. I love seeing Hayley with an edge. That's the main thing I've been wanting from Hayley, is this edge that she now has, knowing that her and her cousin Randy have been scamming this entire time. I also like that today we got a lot of the backstory that this is not their first time doing this. They've been con artists all along. They've had other gigs getting money from other people, other marks, and I also like that they talked about how Hayley was wondering why they didn't go after Joey instead of Bill. Randy's saying Joey makes people disappear for less, so Bill was actually the perfect mark for this. We also learned that Hayley has not loved Bill at all. She said she never loved that man. The entire thing has been a sham from Hayley's point of view. She's been playing the hell out of old Bill, who one day is going to look like a fool from this whole situation. Now, though, she is worried that Danny, the ex, might be ruining the whole plot. Now, I am a little disappointed that Hayley is not this little insecure person that's just been being driven crazy by Danny. That is a little disappointing. But I do like this whole twist that she's a con artist. Hayley said she had worked hard for this money all along. She will get paid before Bill decides to go back to his ex. Now we're gonna get back to this. I do want to talk about Bill and Caroline having a conversation today. Caroline, being her nosy self at the office, was wondering why Danny was at the office. Why was she there? Hayley's not gonna be happy to learn that she was there. Bill talks about the gift, something else Caroline thinks Hayley won't be happy to learn about, so Bill wants to keep that a secret, of course. Doesn't want Caroline to be spilling that to Hayley. But then Caroline makes Bill really, really think about what he wants, that he really needs to make a choice between Hayley and Danny. So this ties into our scenes with Hayley today, talking about how she needs to make sure Bill chooses her over Danny. In this scene, or in these scenes with Bill and Caroline, we do get Bill talking about the time when Naomi brought Hayley home from the gym and he realized he was in trouble, how I guess there was an attraction there all along, and he ended up choosing Hayley, throwing away his family, his marriage. So by the end of this episode, we see that Bill is a man who clearly misses Danny by this point. We've seen that in the past few days. But I think he's trying to reconcile within himself that this is the path he chose. He chose Hayley, and now he has to live with it. And by the end of the episode, that is his decision. But going back to Hayley and Randy, I'm glad the show gave us all of the background on all of these plots. That the fake pregnancy from Hayley was to get funds into the school fund or the college fund that Bill was setting up for the child. that explained it kinda. And I really do believe that the show intended this all along for the character of Hayley. That all along Hayley was going to end up being this con person. I am a little less inclined to believe that Randy was always going to be a part of this storyline. I do feel like they came up with this along the way as a good way to keep Randy on the show and not just involved with the Joey and Doug stuff. I only say that because there's still some things about Randy's character that don't add up. I don't really understand why he's been working at the casino this whole time. I don't understand why his plan after failing to kill Kenny, his plan was to steal some money and leave if he was a part of this whole con person plot with Hayley, because he played it off today as if he has killed before. That he has no problem with killing. Or maybe he's just trying to act more hard than he actually is with Hayley. I don't know what they're going for with Randy. Randy is still a character that needs more fleshing out. Like we're finally getting with Hayley. I mean, it took 150 episodes for us to get Hayley fleshed out as a character. But I'm glad that time finally came today. So Hayley's main plot in the past, with the marks that she and Randy have gotten to in the past, it seems as though the plan was always to get money into a fund and then disappear and leave town and take the money and run, basically. They took the money and run from their marks in the past. They've had different names in the past, so we don't even know Hayley's real name. She's giving Leslie kind of. And maybe this isn't Randy's real name either. I mean, he doesn't look like a Randy, so I can believe that. But now Hayley's plan is that Bill has got to die, because if you remember, back when he was having his issues with the stroke, he put out that big ass life insurance on himself, making the money go to Hayley. And now that is Hayley's plot, to kill Bill and get all of that money. We really are going towards a Kill Bill Volume 3 with this Hayley and Randy story. It seems like a risk, and we know Bill's not going to be killed off. Like, let's be honest. I cannot see the show killing off Bill, so the plan's not going to work. So what I am hoping from this story is it keeps Hayley with an edge, because I am enjoying her go. She's been over the top the past 2 days, but this is some of the best acting the actress that plays Hayley has done, probably because the writing is finally giving her something to do rather than just be this kind of bimbo homewrecker for months and months and months. If they fail with Bill, I hope that Randy sticks around long enough to take down Joey in some way. I said this yesterday. If Randy and Hayley can take down both Bill and Joey some way, I'm all here for it. So I don't expect Bill to die. I expect the plan to not work in the end, because they're not going to kill off Bill. So if it's not going to work on Bill, I need to know more. They need to flesh out Randy more, and I need to see Randy and Hayley do something to Joey then. That would be A-okay with me, because I'm already sick of Grandpa Gangster, and I know he's not going away anytime soon, but I'd like to see that side of the story, because the Vanessa and Joey story, the way it's been going, not working with me. Today, Andre and Danny talked about Andre's decision to stay married to Danny. Allegedly, Andre seeing Derek and Ashley together at the hospital closed the door completely with him and Ashley. I hope that's the case, but I doubt it. This show does not give up on their terrible pairings for some reason. But Andre's now hoping the marriage with Danny is an open window of possibilities. He wonders if she wants to be free and go back to Bill, though, and then he finds out that Danny did go see Bill at his work today. She admits she was just there to bring him gifts for his birthday, but Andre has reason to question Danny's intentions with Bill. I would like to believe that Danny is someone who is also actively trying to move on from Bill, but as we know, she still will always be drawn to Bill. And I don't necessarily want Danny and Bill together anytime soon. I still think this show has a lot of groundwork to cover to make Danny and Bill a viable couple and not just these two toxic people always drawn to each other. And so for the time being, I am enjoying Danny and Andre together. But I don't know if I'm enjoying them because they are a good couple. I mean, they do have chemistry, which is more than I could say for pretty much any other couple on this show. But I don't know if I'm enjoying them because they're a good couple or because it just keeps Andre away from Ashley's orbit, which is something that I just can't stand anymore. But we'll see where they bring them. I don't know if I mentioned that Bill did tell Hayley that he wants to be with her going forward. That today, after Hayley's discussion with Randy, she went back home to play in Bill's face again, which I love. I love the fact that now we know she's just playing in Bill's face. Bill's telling her he forgives her after she was asking for forgiveness and said that Caroline reminded her how happy they were on their wedding day, and he wants the vows he made with her to mean every word going forward, that every word he said in his vows he's going to mean going forward. So that was Bill's way of choosing Hayley today, although it might be a deathly choice. So that was definitely the great part of today's episode. The weak part was Kat and Nicole, which I'll get back to. I'll end my video ranting about the abomination that the character of Kat has become. Leslie visited Ted in his office today wearing her old waitress uniform back from when they got together and had their affair 2 decades ago. I laughed my ass off as soon as I saw Leslie pull off that jacket wearing a waitress uniform, because I knew that she was only doing this because she saw Ted being cozy to June at Orphe Jeans, the new waitress Ted might be attracted to. Leslie just cannot help herself when it comes to her own insecurities, really, especially when it comes to Ted. So, a lot of people online want Leslie to take some losses, and while I agree she should take a loss here or there, the people will never make me hate Leslie. She does crack me up actively. Sometimes the writing for her is too much and she can be too over the top, and sometimes this whole money situation, how she just has so much money all of a sudden, can be too much. But I love the character of Leslie, and today was another instance where she was entertaining me. She was getting aggressive with Ted in the room again, wanting to make love on the desk. This is, of course, when Kat walks in, because earlier Nicole told Kat that Leslie and Ted slept together again. So it was, of course, timing of Leslie just kind of being a plot device when it comes to Kat and Leslie's little rivalry. So Kat and her dad got into it. But circling to the Kat character real quick to end this video, I'm so sick and tired of Kat's obsession with Eva. And they've turned Kat and Eva's rivalry into a caricature of what it started as. It started off as the best rivalry on the show, but involving Tomas, making both women look pathetic and dumb, has definitely hurt. Not even just hurt, it has wounded that rivalry for me a lot. And Kat giving Nicole the news today that, well, she got back with Tomas, even though she was mad at Tomas for a very good reason, that he slept with her half-sister just because they were having a fight. Kat looks dumb and pathetic. And her excuses, Tomas screwed up and love is messy and complicated. And so Kat was trying to say that's why Nicole should forgive Ted. And while Kat's kind of right in that instance, that Ted's cheating happened so long ago and it happened once, so Nicole needs to lighten up. That's when Nicole told Kat about Ted and Leslie sleeping together again. Kat might be right about that, but her being right about that makes Kat look even more stupid, that she just forgave Tomas for literally no reason just because he chose her over Eva. Her obsession with Eva has become so ridiculous. It's been ridiculous for months. Since going back to the spring now, I feel, or at least June. It's been ridiculous since then. It's been her biggest obsession. The fact that she can forgive Tomas and look like a dumb idiot, but still be so pissed at her half-sister, is weird. It's weird. I don't care what any of the cast stands say. Oh, I know Leslie and Eva were involved with ruining her parents' marriage, but Leslie did most of the groundwork for that. Kat has this weird jealousy complex with Eva that's so redundant at this point that it has completely ruined the character. So I'm sad that I have to end this video on a bad note, but Kat started as a great character. She's no longer is. I guess the win from today is that Hayley started as such a bad character with no layers, and today she was a great character. So characters can be fixed. It's going to take a long time to fix Kat though. But going forward, looking forward to this Hayley playing Bill and somehow attempting to kill him. To end the episode, the plan from Hayley and Randy is to find like a poison, a slow poison, an untraceable poison to take down Bill. Not just take down Bill, take him out completely. So that is the big plot going forward. Kill Bill Volume 3.